Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and we are back with week 6 of the GBA. We are going up against Emvee this week, who is the coach of the, I think, San Diego Chimchargers, and he is easily one of the best players in the league. Me, on the other hand, I actually, first of all, need to apologize because the last video for GBA was posted really late because I wasn't able to upload it when I went to Sydney, it should be up now. But yeah, we're 2-3, which is obviously not the record I'm hoping for, but I've had a lot of fun, and I do feel like each game I've been playing is relatively close, and there are just a couple small things that I could do better to really win, so that definitely makes me feel a little bit better about my chances. But Emvee did end up bringing all the Pokemon I expected him to. The one thing I wasn't sure of was the Slowbro, or Slowking, but looks like he did bring that. That's Slowbro, sorry. Yeah, team building for this, I did end up just going with the ones that I have gone with typically in this game. I really was thinking very hard about either Raichu or Sliggoo, but I opted not to go with either of those, so we'll see if that comes to bite me in the butt. I really didn't think too much about how I want to lead this. I mean, the thing is, I kind of expect him to lead Tapu Koko and just Volt Switch out immediately turn 1. I think I'm going to go Pelipper. Because with Pelipper I'll set up Rain and then I can just hard switch immediately into Ludicolo, which does have the Assault Vest, which I've been running. Yeah. Alright. So good luck to Emvee, and as always, if you guys enjoyed the GBA content, please show support by leaving a like, and thank you to everyone who has watched these videos. Sorry, I think the lag, there was a decent amount of lag on the 4th week, but it should be a little bit better now. But yeah, either way, my goal going into this league really was just to get a record of 500 or so just win half my games and really meet some of the new people and play against. And I have played against Emvee before, because he was part of the MBL, but it is just going to be the Tapu Koko lead, which I expected. So I think I'm just going to hard switch out into Ludi here, just so that I have my Rain set up for the remainder couple of turns, or the next couple of turns, and I do want to play around Rain. One interesting play I could make, actually, is switching directly into Swampert, because that would shut down a potential Volt Switch, but I am kind of worried about, a Grass Knot coming out from Koko. So I think Ludi is probably a little bit safer. Otherwise, if I switch into Swamp, I really need Swampert. Swampert's super important here. So I think I'm just going to switch into Ludi. Even if he Volt Switches, I'll get Ludi into a decently favorable position. I have the Assault Vest, so I can survive attacks pretty easily, or special attacks pretty easily, and I can potentially heal back. So I'm going to pull the hard switch out here. We'll see if Emvee does go. One thing I was worried about was the Grass type attack from Koko, but he just U-turns. Okay. So not Volt Switch, actually going for U-turn, which is obviously physically based, so I do take a lot of damage there, which I wouldn't prefer. Now, I could have really stayed in, obviously, and risked attacking with Pelipper, but wasn't sure what his moveset was there. So if he's U-turn, he might be mixed, or he could just be physical, which would make a lot of sense here as well. So, yeah, nice play, first turn there. I could have gone for something like a Tailwind, but, yeah. Now, Tapu Koko is the Z move user, which is also important to note. So if something like Raichu comes out, it shouldn't be able to knock me out. I don't think Thunderbolt and Electric Terrain knocks me out, and I could retaliate with something like a Hydro Pump, or even go for a Giga Drain for recovery. But because he went for the U-turn, I mean, 1, it's super effective, but 2, it bypasses my Assault Vest, so that was a really cool play. Yeah, I'm trying to think, I basically, thought that the 2 biggest threats to my team were the Raichu and the Koko, because if I can get rid of that, then sweeping with Rain seems relatively easy. I do have a pretty cool trick in Scarf Kartana, but I'm not sure when I'll be able to bring that out. It's going to be Kyurem coming out for him. Okay. So the first question I gotta ask is, what kind of Kyurem set is this? Is it worth stacking Ludi? I kind of want to see if it's Scarfed or not, because I don't have... So I invested enough in Kingdra and Swampert to outspeed Scarf Kyurem, but not enough in Ludi, so I'd actually be able to tell if I attacked here. And I also am Scarf Kartana. If I'm him, I probably just Ice Beam, and I don't have a safe switch it into Ice Beam. I could go into Kingdra, but he could go for a Dragon type attack. I think this turn I'm just going to go for an Ice Beam to scout out for what kind of set this Kyurem is. And I do go first, so he could be slow Scarfed, or he's just not Scarfed. He's just going to go for an Ice Beam of his own, okay? Let's see. I do survive. Question is whether it's worth switching Ludi out into something like Kingdra. I'd probably Dragon Pulse here if I'm him, but I could switch out into Swampert, Mega Evolve, and just Earthquake. I do want to do that damage calc, actually, to see how much I do. So Swampert against Kyurem. Oh, I don't actually do as much as I would like. So maybe I just try to sack Ludi to get the free switch it into Kingdra. I guess Ludi is quite important against the Slowbro, but I do have Kartana and Mimikyu as well, so it's not like the most essential. Is there any reason to Scald instead of Ice Beam? Could fish for a Burn. Burn doesn't really help me. Let's see. Is there any reason for him to switch out right now? I think he would. I would Dragon Pulse if I'm him. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna Ice Beam again. My strategy with Ludi kind of got turned a little bit upside down because of the physical Coco with U-turn, but that's fine. Is that a Salt Vest? I'm not sure. Either way, this Kyurem should be an Earthquake KR range. So now I can either switch in Swampert or Kingdra. If I switch in Swampert, I could go for a Power-Up Punch. But I am worried about... Actually, you probably wouldn't switch into... let me check how much Ice Punch does. Because... let's see. Whoops. Swampert against Amoonguss. I wonder if Ice Punch can two-shot it. Ooh, it's close. Because I want to bring in Swampert and just Ice Punch. Because I think he's going to be forced to switch out. I could also bring in Kingdra, and then I do have HP Electric on Kingdra. So I would predict the Empoleon switching and just HP Electric. Alternatively, I can just go into Kartana. And I am Scarfed. Oh, we DC'd. Okay, so we DC'd unfortunately, but we were able to recreate the game. So Kyurem ended up taking a little bit more damage this time around. So I was debating whether to switch it to Kingdra and Swampert. I think I'm leaning a little bit more towards Swampert. But it really comes down to whether I call the prediction correctly or not as to who he's going to switch out into. Because he's probably going to switch. Alternatively, he could just sack the Kyurem as well. I could go for something like a Power-Up Punch, but I'm worried of Raichu. I just think like Raichu switching in seems highly unlikely. Ice Punch is also tempting specifically for Amoonguss. Could also go into Kartana. Yeah, but I think I'm going to go into Spurt here. I did end up choosing Power-Up Punch over Rocks because I know Emvee likes the Defog Empoleon. If I'm him... Like, EQ is the obvious play. I guess EQ is kind of safe, but I really want to Ice Punch because it two-shots the Amoonguss. But he also really could just stay in and attack. Like, he could sack the Kyurem. Let me see how much EQ does to Amoonguss. Swampert, Amoonguss. Oh, EQ really does around the same. So it's probably just more optimal to EQ, I think. Seems like it. Ice Punch literally just does a little bit more. Yeah, I'm used to singles damage output. Sorry, doubles. So I think I'm just going to Mega Evolve in EQ here. It seems safer. Whatever comes in is going to take a lot. I think Slowbro might switch in, though. Let's see. Looks like it. Yeah. Okay. This is probably bold. So I'd probably do around like 30, I would guess. 30... Like, a little bit above 30%. Actually, under if he's, like, max HP defense. Let's see. That's decent damage, actually. I'm gonna double check what Slowbro typically likes to do. Swampert's really good against his team. Also, if Electric Terrain gets stalled out, Raichu can't take advantage of it, which is really important to note as well. Yeah, I was calculating for Mega Slowbro, that's why. I mean, he could Scald. He could knock off. I could Pup here. Kind of actually want a Power-Up Punch. In case he slack-offs. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for it. He could Trick Room as well. I'm not sure if he's running that. I do kind of suffer against Trick Room. I just don't really like switching out right now. I guess switching into Kingdra would honestly be decent. But if he doesn't burn me with something like a Scald, and if he slack-offs, then EQ will two-shot him. So let's see. Do you get the Pup off? He's hovering just around 50%. He is going to slack off. Okay, that's fine. I'll take that. Because he can't play the Stall War against me, because it's in my favor. So with that boost, I gotta count how many turns are left. There's still 3 turns. I could go for a second pup, or I could just Earthquake this turn. He might feel the pressure and not want to slack off, so I think I'm just going to EQ this turn, because I'd like to knock out the Slowbro if I could. So this time it should do, obviously, 1.5 times the amount, so around 60%. Yep. Oh. That's so bad. Oh, but I survive! Are you serious? I did not expect that survival. That's so big. I'm just gonna EQ again. Yeah, I really should have expected Grass Knot. Especially because, like, Slowbro's a Pokemon I've used in VGC before, too, so it's not like I didn't know that either. Yeah, maybe switching to Kingdra would have been more optimal, but as long as Swampert's around, like, it's fine, because he shouldn't have much priority on his team. That's a huge survival, enough where I could either get a knockout or he's forced to switch out. And the thing is, Terrain's gone now, so I don't have to worry about the Raichu outspeeding me either, so that is... I can't believe that survival, jeez. I wonder what kind of roll that was. I think Slowbro probably switches out here, but... yeah, I am definitely surprised I survived that Grass Knot. That must have been like a super low roll or something. Oh, he stays in. Okay, so he just sacks it. Oh, I guess, yeah, Slowbro without any investment actually just doesn't get the knockout on Mega Pert at all. But it comes down to how much investment he had. Okay, so got the knockout on Slowbro. Now, this matchup is honestly definitely doable. I feel like Rain gives me, like, at least a chance against everyone. I just have to play well. And, like, Emvee definitely caught me off guard with that U-turn initially. But I'm still not in the worst of positions. Slowbro wasn't really a huge threat to my team, though, so it's not like I really need to get rid of that. It's very important for me to try to conserve this Swampert if possible. I am at +1, so Swampert does put in a ton of work right now. I would guess maybe a Moongus comes in. Ice Punch does... This is where if I Power Out Punched again, that would have been nice. But, you know, obviously I was just trying to get damage off. I guess maybe going for a second Power Out Punch is probably just more optimal. It's actually going to be Coco coming back in. So, I gotta wonder if this is Scarf Coco or not. Because I am, like, Adamant, Max Attack, Max Speed. Like, he's gotta have Scarf or Protect here. And Scarf would make sense. So if I suspect he's Scarf, I could switch out right now. Is he running Scarf Coco? He's got to, right? Otherwise, like, why would you switch on? Unless he thinks my Swampert isn't fast enough. And if I'm him and I'm Scarfed, I would just U-turn out here. It's highly unlikely he goes for, like, a special electric type. So I think I'm actually going to go into Kartana. Yeah. Because Rain's about to expire. I just want to double check that. I just think he's baiting out an attack, and I'm, like, almost confident he's Scarfed. If he's not, that's a really ballsy play. But Emvee seems to play relatively safe, especially earlier on. So I will switch out into Kartana. If he, like, calls this and goes for, like, a HP Fire or a Thunderbolt, that would be so impressive. Oh, he hard switches. So maybe then that means he shouldn't be Scarfed. But he goes into Kyurem, which is actually great for me because I am Scarfed. I don't know how fast that Kyurem was, but it wasn't outspeeding my Ludi, so I don't think it's Scarf Kyurem. And I am Scarf Tana. But I do have Smart Strike, which covers everything he could switch into other than Empoleon. You'd expect a Sacred Sword right now. Yeah, let me just keep my notes updated. Slowbro, KO'd. And terrain has been reset, that's important to note. I'm tempted to just Smart Strike here. I did choose X-Scissor because I thought Hoopa might have made an appearance here, but it obviously is not the case. Slowbro, KO'd. Kyurem, 40%. Coco, U-turn, no item seen yet. Then we haven't seen Amoonguss, Raichu, or Empoleon. So if I'm him, I would switch out into Amoonguss right now. So I could make a big play and switch Kartana out. But he could just be like slower Scarf. Like Scarf specifically to outspeed Kartana. So I might actually stay in here and just Smart Strike. Yeah, I'm going to. But he does switch out. Okay. So I'm going to guess he's not Scarf then. So he's going to go into No Touch, which is the Amoonguss. Yeah, so I considered hard switching out into Pelipper there, but that's fine. I'm just worried about an HP Fire from Amoonguss. It's Rocky Helmet. Okay. Because is it worth putting my Pelipper to sleep? Because he could go for a hard play and Spore right now. I'm tempted to just still hard switch into Pelipper just to get the rain up again, though. I don't think I really want to risk an HP fire. Because Scarf Taunt is really good. Yeah, I could have made a big play there and switched out into Pelipper last turn, but I didn't go for it. Which is unfortunate, but I am slightly offensive with Pelipper, so Hurricane should knock out Amoonguss in the range that it's at. But we'll see if he Spores, or whether he just HP fires. Oh, he actually hard switches. Okay, I'll take that, because I do get the rain back up, and he does reveal another Pokemon, which is that Empoleon. He's also slowly stalling out his turns of electric terrain. So with Empoleon out, I could actually go for a Tailwind now. But he's probably going to Rocks. If he's going to Rocks, actually, I should U-turn out to go out into Swampert. Because otherwise Swampert just won't be able to even come out onto the field anymore, because I don't have Defog. Yeah, I'm going to U-turn. Oh my god. I didn't think about that. I hate Hidden Power. Okay. But that does give me the opportunity to bring in Swampert. I'm playing too fast. If I considered HP Electric, what I could have done was switch out into Swampert. Hard switch out. I should have done that. Yeah, I really should have done that. That's a big misplay on my end. Okay. Still going to Earthquake now, though, because he does not have great switches into Earthquake. At all, actually. And I have to take advantage of these last rain turns. That's such a big knockout for him. I'm really frustrated I didn't consider that option, because I feel like if I did, I would have been in a really good spot. Now, like, I'm just playing on a really big timer. That's so annoying on my end. I really should have read into that. I just was so, like, focused on Empoleon being, like, offensive. Or, sorry, not offensive, defensive. I mean, I'm still in an okay position, given that Swampert really can just Earthquake everything right now. And I don't think that's Scarf Coco. And Scarf Tana, if... Yeah, he's going to switch out. Probably into Amoonguss, I guess. Into Kyurem. Okay, so I'll just get a free knockout there. I mean, I'll take that. I think what he's doing is resetting terrain, because I actually should be counting terrain turns, but I'll get the knockout here at least. And I can deal with Empoleon through Sacred Sword. And I do have HP Electric on Kingdra as well. With terrain up, I actually two-shot it. Yeah, so he is resetting the terrain here, I think. So that's Slowbro gone and Kyurem gone. So it looks like it's Amoonguss coming back in. Yep. Ah, man. I really, okay, I don't want to focus on what I could have done right now, because I should just focus on the game. Question is whether I just sack my Swampert here. What would I do if I'm him? Giga Drain? Yeah, I think I sack Swampert here to get a free switch in. I'm just going to Ice Punch because I have a freeze chance with that as well. I just, like, don't want to switch into Kingdra and get Spored, because at this point Kingdra is my last Rain Sweeper. He's done a really good job conserving Coco and Raichu, though. Those are probably the two biggest threats to my team. Now, I can one-shot Raichu with a Shadow Claw from Mimikyu. And I do have Focus Sash and Destiny Bond as well. So I'm running, like, a modified set of last week. I just, yeah, I think I would have had a really good shot if I just conserved Pelipper. And I really should have gambled and switched into Pelipper the turn Kyurem switched out. Especially because, like, at that point it was fairly likely he wasn't going to be Scarf Kyurem. But here's an Ice Punch coming out. Does just under 50%, no freeze, and I will faint to the Rocky Helmet. So that's a free switch in for me, as he does just Giga, yeah. I think I gotta go into Kingdra here, yeah. It's a really fast-paced game. Just definitely feel like the matchup was not that bad, and I just really didn't consider HP Electric. So he's only got Coco, Amoonguss, Empoleon, and... Coco, Amoonguss, Empoleon, and we knocked out Kyurem, so Raichu. So I do have HP Electric, and I think I'm going to go for it here, because Amoonguss should switch out into Empoleon. And this Empoleon looks more offensive, too. So there's a switch. Let's see Empoleon. Yeah, that looks like it is. Yeah, I misplayed a bunch this game. Doesn't... Oh, that's a crit, too, so that must be AV Empoleon. with HP Electric. Which means he's going to be able to stall out my Rain real soon. But I don't think I really have an option, so I'm just going to HP Electric again. Yeah, that does so little. And he's going to knock off. Gets rid of my Life Orb, that's fine. Now, if that's not Scarf Coco, one thing I could do is hard switch. It's just like, does he Scald here? What do you do? Could knock off. I just don't want to switch into Kartana and lose my Scarf. I think I'm just going to go for the hard HP Electric again. Yeah. So I'm not going to take Life Orb Recoil. I'm curious. I would knock off in his position. He just Ice Beams. Okay, that's fine too, because if I switched in Kartana, that would have been bad news. No freeze. Okay. So another one will finish him off, and I think I'll still just go for it. He could switch, but yeah, he stays in. But Rain is expired now. This is, yeah. Man. HP Electric Emvee. That was such a good set. And this matchup, yeah, definitely feels super winnable to me. It's still not over, though, so I can't give up. Because I've still got Mimikyu and Kartana. So that's Empoleon gone as well. Empoleon KO'd. So there's Coco coming back out. I think I'm just going to sack Kingdra here. The one reason to conserve it would be for the Amoonguss. But I don't have a great switch in here. Yeah, I'm just going to Hydro. Emvee managed his endgame really strong. Because I needed to knock out Kokoro and Raichu early, and he saved it right until the perfect time in the end. Alright, so he Dazzling Gleams. We saw U-turn. Saw Dazzling. Probably should go on into Mimikyu here. Yeah, I'm gonna go into Mimikyu. Man, if I had Shadow Sneak, maybe I actually would have had this, but I chose Destiny Bond instead. Because he can break my sub, I can Swords Dance, I'll knock him out the next turn. And then he'll bring in Raichu. Yeah, I wish I brought Shadow Sneak now. Because I think Mimikyu could actually just win me the game with Shadow Sneak if I had it. But I'm going to Swords Dance here. He might also U-turn out to go into Amoonguss. But he can't Spore me now. He does U-turn actually. So if I could stall out the terrain somehow, then Kartana would outspeed Raichu. Although that doesn't knock out. Like, I'm adamant by the way. So depending on how these trained, maybe I can. Kartana. But he probably just goes into Mimikyu here. Or sorry, not Mimikyu. Amoonguss. Yeah. How much does +4 Swords Dance do? That's my other question. Kartana, Amoonguss. Oh, not Kartana, Mimikyu. Oh man, Shadow Claw does really not very much. I'm adamant though, and +2. How many turns of terrain are left? 3. I wish it were 2. I think I could Swords Dance again in Shadow Claw. My way to win this is if he brought in the Coco instead of the Raichu, terrain expires, I get the knockout onto Coco with Leaf Blade, and then I outspeed Raichu in the last turn of terrain. I'm just going to see how much Amoonguss can do. Amoonguss' damage output's really not that great, so I think I will Swords Dance again here. Because it can't Spore me. It could be Clear Smog though, so maybe it's just better to Shadow Claw. Yeah, out of fear of Clear Smog, I'm going to Shadow Claw. I can still win this. Oh, he's Foul Play. Now I can't win this. Yeah. So what I was thinking was if he doesn't have foul play, like, I knock him out, it's the last turn of electric terrain. After the 2 turns, he probably brings in Coco because he's got to be worried about Shadow Sneak, so he knocks me out. Cortana comes out, and I can maybe just Leaf Blade everything. But now he should just outspeed me with Raichu, despite me being Scarfed. Yeah, this was definitely a winnable matchup. The Emvee was clearly the better player here, so very well played by him. I'm trying to think if there's any way I could win still. If I crit Leaf Blade here against Amoonguss, I have to lock myself into Leaf Blade, so yeah. Very nicely played. Foul play isn't something that's too crazy, I guess, either, so I should have expected that. But I thought Mimikyu was in a pretty good spot. Basically, Emvee played the endgame really well. He knew exactly what he had to do, which was get rid of Pelipper, and I needed to play safer with Pelipper. That does nothing, yeah. So I could have Smart Strike, but I figured the only way I could win is if he, like, threw. He does have HP Fire as well, so it was HP Fire, Giga Drain, Foul Play, Amoonguss, which isn't too crazy. But I really think the biggest opportunity I had in this game was when I brought in Pelipper against his Amoonguss. Or I could have brought in Pelipper, but I wanted to gamble a little bit with Cortana. That was just a very safe and obvious play. So had I switched into hard switch into Pelipper there, he's forced to switch out, and I can U-turn out. And so not only do I not lose my Pelipper, but I also get momentum. I can't, like, that would have put me up in a really big position, but instead, that was really bad. Like, that was really the key opportunity where I think I could have ran away with the game. Because my matchup was still honestly pretty decent, but I needed Pelipper to reset Rain at least multiple times, and I did not get that off. So I'm kind of disappointed because I really feel like 1 or 2 different plays once again, and it's like this game. I need to like play slightly riskier, I guess, because there was so unlikely like Kiro was going to stay in against the Cortana, and the Pelipper switching was very free for me. So I did not make that call, and ultimately, I mean, it really bit me because I didn't expect the HP Electric, AV, and Empoleon either, which was not exactly the craziest set. Like, both the Empoleon and the Amoonguss are things I should have expected, but I needed to play a little bit better, and unfortunately I did not. So, good game to Emvee. That was pretty fast. I'm really kind of upset at myself because I feel like a lot of those turns were very winnable, but now I've learned definitely for the next couple of weeks to at least step up my aggression a little bit and always just expect HP Electric from literally every possible Pokemon. So, yeah, good game to Emvee. He prepped really well, and yeah, we will be back with Week 7 next week. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, and I'll catch you guys next time. All right. Peace.